could just spend the night outside every night just to listen to this. I love spring. I really wanted to do kind of like a chill video. I think the vibe is just like, it could not be better for that. Today's topic is things you can do if you want to become a better person, also for yourself. I wrote down a few things right here and I really wanted to share them because I know what it is to not really like love myself, or sometimes to kind of like myself, appreciate myself, but having like the feeling of not fitting in and like being kind of rejected, not having many friends, and still thinking I am really good, I'm really nice, but still there has something to be wrong with me because I'm not fitting in anywhere and nobody really seems to care about me that much. So these are the things that you can do to be a better self. Because sometimes when we feel rejected, we are trying to look for what people would like us to do. How could you fit in and what could you change on yourself to do that? Sometimes this is not a big deal. Sometimes it is even good to reflect because you can be harsh without really noticing it. But mostly you have to stay like you are if you really know that you're a good person, that you're handling yourself alone, that you're doing a lot of things. Self-love is really important. Here we go. First of all, this is the biggest point of all of them. It is get familiar with the law of detachment. I will not explain the whole law of detachment right here, but you can find a lot of videos on YouTube, or if you just look on Google, you will really just find a quick definition. If you really get into it, you will really realize, normally in the beginning, when you look at the law of detachment, you will be like, oh, I'm already doing it, or I really know this, but when you really get into it and you really start living by it, your life will change on so many aspects. You will not believe me, but really try it out and you will thank me later. Second is be polite and nice to everyone, even if they are not with you, because they're always losing. I often got into situations where people were really mean to me. It can be daily situations, but it also happened that people like really insulted me, like for real and really badly, like my ex-boyfriends, or I don't know. And people always told me like, how can you not just like insult them back or kind of like make them regret or stay calm like that? And I always say maybe I'm not calm inside of me, but I just know that I have my values, and if I'm breaking them now, it means that I don't have it, like really, because as we always say, you really notice someone's personality when you leave or when something is wrong. And I have my values, and I mean, if the person is just right here and is insulting me and still I'm not insulting back, I'm kind of like the major of the discussion. Because if you're insulting back, if you win or you not win the argument, you will still not really be better than this person. The third point is kind of complicated to admit for me because I don't have this aspect of social battery, but it is really important from time to time to take time for yourself, recharge your social battery, also like remember what you want and what you actually like. You can of course like to do particular things most with friends and not really enjoy them alone, but there are always a thing that you will not find your people for. It sounds really sad being said like that, but actually it is not that much. For a long time, I really thought that I had to find my people for everything. Now, I just know that I don't have my people for everything. Of course, I'm not the only one liking the things I'm doing, but it is okay if not. And I really notice this when I'm talking to friends that are like not doing the same things as I do, but also they are doing things that I don't do and I don't really have kind of interest for. I'm still kind of interesting. You actually have something to tell and you can do it without comparing yourself to your friends. Of course, we have this thing called internet and we can compare ourselves all the time, but if you really don't have someone next to you to who you can really compare, sometimes it also feels good. For example, I love to paint and I cannot paint at all, and sometimes when I'm with people, like I don't get frustrated or something because I know that it's not a competition, but I'm really thinking, oh my gosh, why can I do it like as good as her or whatever. And when I'm painting for myself, of course sometimes I think, okay, I could do it really better than that and I don't have any talent for that, but still I'm not sad about it. I'm just enjoying the actual painting. So that's what I'm saying. If I was only painting with some people around, I will always compare myself and maybe not enjoying that much, because I will always be kind of sad because I'm not doing things in a proper way. And some people are far more talented than I am. But when I'm alone and I'm just doing it like to think about something else or whatever, I just appreciate it so much, and it is so important to actually know what you like or not. Have a circle that matches with your energies and values. For a long time, I had friends that I had for a longer time too, or that I just was with because they were in my class or sports club, or I don't know. I was not getting really influenced by anything, so I have to be proud of myself for that, but still, you know, it is your image. I know for now too, when I look back at high school, it's 5 years for me already, 5 years, almost 6. And I just realized, okay, if these people are still hanging out with these people, they will likely be like them. And I think like, okay, maybe I will not talk to this person because I really don't want to have like this influence too. And it is not something personal, like your friends don't define you. That's not what I'm 100% saying, but still, it is your image. I really had that one friend earlier that I was sticking to. I think we kind of like broke our friendship like 2-3 years ago, something like that, because she was getting jealous of things and I was living all my life and she didn't really accept that, and she was not moving forward. All the time I thought that it was fine because I was not influenced by her and we still did great things, even though I was not really okay with some things that she was doing or saying, but I was not doing them with her, so it was kind of okay. But I just realized that I cannot really move forward with these people. So they can listen to you or they can say things to you, even though of course they're not living through it, but still, if they're really not with your values, you're just losing your time. You don't have to have the same projects in life, that's not an issue at all, but you have to really match your energies and values. Read, learn, and stay interested to a lot of things. It is a big deal to me to really listen and not talk. This is the bad side of my ADHD. I am really not a good listener. I mean, I am a good listener, but it is sometimes hard for me to listen. So I prefer to be a talker, but still what I mean by that is not necessarily in a friendship, but I really like to learn a lot of things. And also when I mean learn some things, you don't have to really learn the things that are necessary to survive and learn sewing or whatever whoever is doing, but sometimes you can also like crazy facts about something or get more interesting into a subject that you saw in school. And I mean, you don't have to tell anybody, like you don't care, but sometimes it's still interesting to learn things that you can kind of connect with other things, and so you can also analyze behaviors in a better way. Like really, I love all of these things. After, when you are talking with some other people, you can say just kind of random stuff and random facts, and that will still keep you interesting. This one is one of the most important one that I have experienced since I'm on social media, and it's been a long time. I mean, not on YouTube, but still Instagram, for example. Always share your good vibes content without shame. So many people won't tell you, but they will somehow save them. I got so many times in my life where I was really in shock, and I really mean it when I say I was in shock. When I was talking to people I didn't really talk often with or hadn't spoken with in a long time, even didn't really know actually. And these people were telling me that they were looking at my content daily, that it helped them so much, that they were kind of like jealous of my life, and that they were like kind of jealousing my discipline, that they were taking every motivational quote and every advice I was giving. And also, a few people already told me, and that's the thing that shocked me the most, that they were saying they went through such a hard phase, and I really helped them to go out of it and still kind of believe in life. And like, that's really crazy to me because I don't have a big audience by now, and still I'm helping so many people. and I'm not getting really feedback on like stories itself or posts itself. So most of the time I thought, okay, but who will care? Like I was just sharing things and I thought maybe two persons will really read it and all others will just like swipe and skip and they will not read it, or they will just think, okay, on whatever trip she is on. And then to have these people that are actually telling you, no, I'm really watching everything and you helped me so much, and you really didn't have any clue. Like maybe you can kind of save someone without even knowing it, and that's just great. I know for myself, like I don't follow really influencers, but there are a few persons also, I mean not influencers also, that I follow and they have such a clean and good lifestyle, and I'm so motivated by them that I'm like, okay, I'm just following it because I want to be motivated for that and see that it actually can be a reality. Accept that people and also yourself are changing, but don't accept that they're hurting you. A big thing that I saw, I would say, growing up and being through middle school, high school, student life, and maybe for a lot of people that I know that are already really working, I really noticed that people are changing. But when I say people are changing, I'm not only saying in their behavior, I'm saying into their interest, into what they're listening, what they like, what they wear, and a lot of things that maybe before they were not okay with. I know I'm a sensitive girl and I always think, okay, but we got along so well for such a long time, and these people were my people, and why aren't they now? And how could they have changed so badly or forgotten me? But you just have to know that people change and that's okay. Because if people will really never change, what world will we live in? Like, we will be at the same state of mind as we were with 12. I know sometimes it can be really sad because, as I said, we get really along with someone and then maybe less, and we have good memories, and we just know that we will never kind of have this feeling again. You can let go of someone without getting into a fight. You can just like let people go and see them less and talking less with them, and still from time to time check in. But what you should absolutely not do is, if you know someone that is getting really influenced or that really changed in a bad way, you cannot let these people hurt you. And most importantly, you cannot let them hurt you and pretend that you have to stay friends because you are friends for like since forever. It is not a good thing. You don't have to get along with everyone forever. As sad as it can sound, it is like that. Showing that we're following to give small, clear, and polite explanations. If you don't want to see someone anymore, don't find things you can change. You don't have to fight over things, but if you don't want to see someone anymore that you really used to see all the time, I don't mean for people that you are not seeing often, because you can kind of just like not forget them, but just stop kind of like talking to them. But I really don't like this culture of just ghosting for no reason. Of course, if there's a reason, I can understand, but if there is not, and you see that the person doesn't really get it or is upset, or can just give a clear, simple and polite answer to that. Most of the time that's what I'm doing when people are coming full of rage to me and are saying this and this and this and you did this and that and why do you don't want to see me anymore. I just say like what I'm thinking, what like pushed me through it, and what my kind of like final decision is and what bothered me. And I know at this point I said everything I wanted to, I said everything I felt, and if this person is not able to change that, what is completely okay, because as I said, maybe you can change, then it's okay. But I don't have to argue more, because it is how I'm seeing life, it is how he or she is seeing life, and why should we force ourselves to just continue something like that if we don't agree? Girlies, this one's for you. Except that you don't have to fix people. I know, and maybe I will do a separate video of it, because I've been there and I know so many people are. But you don't have to fix people just because you kind of see a potential. The quote I'm seeing often, and it is really true and actually kind of like slaps me in the face every time I see it again, is maybe you see potential in them because this is what you would do if you would be them, but maybe they just don't have it. So most of the time, the potential you see in some people are just kind of like a mirror effect. You just want them to do that because you could and actually would appreciate to see them shine like that, but maybe that's not really what they want. When I say that's not what they want, it is sometimes emotionally, but sometimes they just can't, like they just can't, they just don't want to. And I know this is very sad. I really had this situation so often where I said that would he or she just fix a few things or get in a better lifestyle or whatever, that would be so perfect and so nice, and they just don't, like they just don't get there, and it is not your job to fix them. When I'm saying this, I'm not saying that, for example, if you're in a relationship you should not help your partner or even your friends, but if this person is not motivated herself to change it in the beginning, you don't have to do that. It is not your job. If this person says, hey, I want to fix this and this and that, and I know that you could help me to become a better person or to fix this or whatever, you can work together. Yes, but you don't have to fix him. Give advices and help out, but be careful to not be too thankful and give too much. This is the thing that I mostly have from my father. He is very, very generous and is more than thankful. Like really, when I say more, like it is exaggerated. He's so nice. Like if you would just hold him the door, he will buy you a house. Like really, he is so nice. But and some people come up to me and always say, Julie, how can you still be so nice? You give so many people advices and they never took them, or they just took it for granted, or they never real thankful to you. And I just say, how can I generalize everyone in this world? Because if I was in a situation where I would take an advice that I didn't even ask for, but that I would need some, or it would just change my life somehow, I would be sad that the person actually thinks, yes, but there are people that are not nice, so I will never tell her. You will never be punished to be someone nice. When I say never be punished, it is you will only be kind of punished if you take it too far. Distance yourself from people that are ruining their lives consciously. That's what I was saying before. But if you are with people, even if you don't feel like these people influence you, if you are with people that are like always drinking, always smoking, that are never really after any projects, that are not really going out, and that are just thinking about partying or talking about people in a bad way, of course, that are not doing like fun things just to do fun things, but just to like show him and everything. These people are not good. I really swear to you, people are not good. And be careful. I don't mean that people should not have fun in their lives, but there are different extents, and these people will actually turn you into this. And if you don't get directly influenced by this, you will kind of get very sad sometimes, because you will think, I do so much to, like, I work so much on my projects, I take care of myself, everything, and still I'm not kind of like at the same stage of happiness as these people. But these people will not be happy forever, believe me, and they're just ruining their lives, and that's not what you want for you. I don't think that I will be long on this one, but invest in your body and your mindset. You exactly know this is the best investment you can do in your whole life, and you will never ever ever regret it. Unfollow people. If you cannot unfollow someone without him to be mad at you, these people are not mature. What I often do is that I go through my Instagram followers or people that I am following, and I just look like, am I still kind of caring about this person? Do I really talk to her? Do I really want to know all the time what this person is doing? Do I really want to have this role figure? Because yes, if you look at some people's stories and you don't relate to that, or you don't want to relate to that, you don't need to have them on social media. And also, if you don't follow them, it doesn't mean that you cannot from time to time write to them. It is not because you're unfollowing someone that you cannot be nice to this person anymore, and that you cannot say hi when you see on the street. Of course, I don't say that you have to unfollow your best friends, but also like self-reflect. do I really want to still be friends with these people? Do I really want to go in their direction? And are they still interesting to me? And sometimes it's really not anything mean or bad, but just you don't relate to them anymore. Take time for people that actually care about you. I'm not talking about the guy that sent your Snapchat at 2 in the morning. No, I'm not talking about this one. I don't hope so, but if you have been in a really, really bad situation in your life already, you will really know what I'm talking about. I've been through really tough times, and this is not even a good word for this, but I've been in some places in my life where I didn't know who I should run to anymore. I was really in a bad situation. I was not even like open to talk to some people, and that's when I really realized who was there for me, who was actually taking news, who was writing me almost every day, and also saying, Julie, if you don't want to talk, you don't have to, but we still can meet and have a good time, because that's so precious. For me, I had so many times where I was so bad and I really didn't want it to kind of talk about it, but I really wanted it to do something different, and some people just don't accept it. People are like, yeah, if you're like not feeling good, you can talk to me, but if you're not talking to me about what happened, then you are not friends, because no, that's not true at all. So when you really found these people, just invest in them. Take them on dates, even your friends. You can just do a picnic with them. Or I know that even without giving out a lot of money for this, but when I see, I don't know, face mask or something, and I know, oh, that's the favorite color of my friend, or she likes the smell or whatever, I'm just buying to them, because I'm like, yeah, I'm just investing in them because she would like it. Why not? Maybe she will be the same with me. So the next point was plan things and surprise your loved ones. So we had that before. Listen to people's love language and act like this when they are in hard times. Also not, but mostly then. I think that this is the biggest reason why people are kind of failing in relationships, because they're expecting that they can have the same love language with their partner as much as they will do with them. But most of the times, even though two people can love each other infinitely, they will not have the same love language, and so it will sometimes be hard to accept that. I will give you a brief example. If you know that your friends doesn't like hugs and sometimes just likes to do kind of nothing and feels good when you're just watching a movie and kind of not talking but still spending time together, and you, for example, are someone who really needs hugs when she's sad and needs to go out and party and do face mask and put music on and dance. If this person has a bad time, you don't have to put herself through your love language. Of course, you can ask her if she wants to do it, because maybe it will give her ideas and change something, but really listen to what this person actually needs. I know I was so thankful for a few of my friends when I was such in a bad place, when they just told me, okay, but if you want, I can just come over for the night. Like, I don't have a lot of time, but I can come over for the night, and so that you're just not alone and we don't need to talk. If you want, we can just watch something or whatever, but just so that you're not alone. And this meant so much to me to sometimes just not spend the night completely alone and don't feel alone, because I was feeling very lonely in my thoughts. And so the fact that someone was next to me was saving me. This is what I was saying before, but be creative and curious also on your own. You can just go into a field and just discover a new plant. You can do whatever you want to, and as I said, you don't have to tell anybody if you don't want to, but really stay creative. Even if you're not good at this, but you will be so happy and you will feel actually so alive. You will just feel so alive by doing all of these little silly things. Last point I have is, don't let your happiness depend on someone else. I know it can be harsh, it can be complicated, because of course we don't really decide over a mood sometimes. If this person is really putting you that mad, first, is this person even worth it? And if it's someone that you can kind of like not control of, like, I don't know, a teacher or whatever, just know your self-value. Is that really relevant? do I really need this, and will I not figure out another way? If not, you can really like try to ask these questions to yourself. I know sometimes it's not really possible because I also had situations where actually people were not giving me a special thing and it will actually affect my whole life somehow, but it is not the end, and I can assure you that. So guys, as you've seen, it is already dark outside and I have to work tomorrow, so I will just be a good girl and I will go to bed like very soon. As you know, I'm not taking my phone with me 1 hour before bed, so I really have to hurry to lay it back. I hope these days could give you a clearer view about everything, and I know that sometimes just hearing it from someone else just heals a lot. I'm wishing you the best day ever.